This podcast is powered by As Always Entertainment. If you enjoy this content, consider becoming a patron over on patreon.com/asalways. Other than to support this show for just $1 a month or more, you get access to over 50 exclusive episodes of the Kill Connor Clubhouse podcast that release every week the Kill Connor Club podcast isn't on. You also get a week's early access to the Spoilercast show, The Cinema Room, and plenty of cool perks such as being part of polls for future videos on our channels, as well as other early access material. With that said, please enjoy the podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Cinema Room podcast, the Spoilercast podcast, where we talk about movies, TV show seasons, and video games, break them down and spoil the shit out of them. I'm one of your hosts, Tyler, joined, as always, by James.
As always, how's it going?
Very well, my friend. Excited to record the final pre-recorded podcast over a 6-week period break that I'm away. I can't wait till this is over, and I can end my life. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this at this point, for the amount of extra podcasts we've done over the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. And for everybody that remembered, when you were listening to the King podcast, we just did that 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, so, we just did that 5 minutes
hello,
ago.
everybody.
Not even less than 5
Time
minutes
travel,
ago.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, what a world we live in.
I love it.
We're going to create another timeline. We should re-record the King podcast after this and create a new timeline.
A new timeline. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
Craziness. But ladies and gentlemen, we're here to talk about Thor: The Dark World. But of course, we've got to thank the great people over at patreon.com/as always.
Mm-hmm.
Just insert the list there.
Josh Devillier, King Richard III, Smexy Dork, Real Cinema in Hawkins, aka HBars12, Seth, Ballsack47, Damien, Billy the Team Dynamite Captain Robertson, T-Man or Travis, Baby Boy, Chemo Sabe Gamer, aka my best friend Toby, Casey Wood, Pink Flame 313, Adam Sunling, Super Tuber Ready, Alfie Rosell, Jamie Brown, Jesper Olsen, Lumistrad, Didlotic, Mario5380, Luigi8053, The Creed, Dane Schmidt, Fat Fuck Cuck, Brendan or BQ Overlord, Ravjai, Ikraic, Benedict Parker Returns, Jim Lee, James and Lad, Connor DeRose, Bully in the Alley, Max H, Gene, Zeke Collins, Son of a Bitch, OG Adogo, George, Noah Watts, Furious Coco, Sab2557, Nick Miller, The ACMJS, Travanoski, Kassassin, Kyle, S. Shores, Marcus Blackburn, Emil Catborg, Joshua Mora, Ginkgo Swag, Malhar has Big Dick, Master Bass, Ashton the Lad, Amir the Synth Potato, Yazen, Joe the Sexy Boy Smith, Joe aka Founded Scarab, Iron Man's for the Dads, Deraday, Alfie Robert, Brian Ford, Casper, Fishy, and Ben Fryer.
Yes, so Thor: The Dark World, James.
Yeah.
Your favorite Marvel movie.
Yeah. Thor in the Dark World.
Thor and the Dark World.
Thor in the Dark World.
He is in the Dark World
The
several
fuck
times.
is the Dark World? Is it just the elves' home planet?
Yeah, the Dark Elves home planet, yeah.
Wow, is that the official name of the world? Do they call it that?
I think so.
You've got like Earth, Asgard, and the Dark World. It doesn't have a name. It's just too dark. They call it the Dark World.
It's that dark, yeah.
Darker than Rogue.
Yeah, it's a bit odd. I hadn't seen Thor: The Dark World in a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about the movie, if I'm being totally honest.
Oh, I hate it.
Why do you hate it? Why do you hate Thor: The Dark World?
Boring. I don't like it. It's so serious and boring and just... Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. The highlight is probably Loki. He's great in it.
Yeah.
But he's great in everything.
The highlight's actually Captain America being in it for 10 seconds.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
That's my favourite part of the movie, personally.
That's great. And obviously, the Warriors 3, my favourite characters in the MCU. Actually, my favourite fictional characters of all time, actually. They're great in it. And Christopher Eccleston as an evil elf is pretty cool as well. But beyond that, yeah, not a fan of this. Also, Thor has proper hair in this and looks like Thor should look. Rather than
he does look good in this movie.
Was it Kenneth Branagh who did the first Thor? When he made him look fucking weird and gave him blonde eyebrows, and he looks weird in that film. But now he looks cool and like he knows what he's doing, which is nice.
He looks cool and knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's fucking Thor: The Dark World. Oh, God.
Look, man, if we're going through the MCU, we have to talk about Thor and the Dark World.
Yeah, we do. I'll tell you what, that opening battle's not too bad, actually. Just looking at it now. It's not like it's not like an over the top amount of CGI like you would get in newer MCU movies, where like every enemy would be CGI these days. It's like they're actually, you know, some people dressed up in stuff, and it's not just CGI'd over the top of them, which is pretty cool.
That's true.
So that's nice. I feel like they were trying to continue the trend of the first Thor, because in the first Thor, it was very, you know, it almost, watching that movie, it almost comes across like a Shakespearean play, which I think was the point. And everything feels very real and practical. I feel like Asgard felt the most real in the first Thor. And I feel like they tried to carry that over here, but it's a bit more CGI and stuff here. Obviously, Asgard is CGI. It's not a real place, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, true. But yeah, I don't know, like, I don't hate this movie.
You don't?
I really don't hate this movie. It's just like, it's a weird vibe because it's nothing like the MCU now.
Yeah, I think it's also they try and make it super dark and super serious, but there's no real stakes. It's just sort of like an in-between movie where there's a villain, but like it doesn't feel like there's huge stakes to it or anything. Not like Winter Soldier, where it genuinely felt like, you know, there were great losses. Like you get to the end of Thor: The Dark World and it's like, you know, nothing really changed or happened that was, you know, important other than they found an Infinity Stone. So I don't know. It's just sort of like they try to make it this grand, like, epic thing where it's like, oh god, this is so dark, but it doesn't. Nothing really happens.
It's also just mostly the thing I don't like about it is it's kind of poorly explained. The stakes, I think the stakes are high, but the stakes are very badly explained.
Sure.
Because you're talking about Dark Elves who are trying to get the fucking ether, which is an Infinity Stone, to pretty much take over the world and warp reality.
What it is, really, though, because it's a
but they don't really.
To, like,
I know
Guardians.
what it is, but they don't fucking explain it well. Guardians explains it great.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, it's the Power Stone, it's an Infinity Stone, it's one of 6 stones, and the Collector explains that. But in this, it's just like they don't even explain that it's like an Infinity Stone. It's just like it's just a thing, like the fucking aether, liquidy thing floating about, or whatever, goes inside Jane. It's weird, and they have that whole scene with the floating fire engine or whatever.
Yeah,
thing, right? I'm not making that up, am I? No, that happens.
Yeah, it's not. It's like a truck, not a fire engine.
Oh yeah, it's like a. Yeah, it is. It's like a truck. It's just red. That's why I thought it was a fire engine. Yeah, and then they got that portal, and things keep falling through the portal, and it's just like they linger on it for way too long, like messing around with it because they think that it's funny. So they spend a lot of time with Darcy and a idiot sidekick dropping things through the portal, and then he loses his fucking keys, which is kind of funny. But I mean, they spend a lot of time doing pointless things in this movie. Like, we get it that it's caused this like rift, I guess, like this portal on Earth or whatever, because of like I don't remember why. Why is this happening again?
Because the planets are all the realms are all aligning.
Oh yes, because it like happens only once in a certain amount of time or whatever, and it's happening now, and that it allows them to get to the dark world. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty like it's just kind of it's a very generic storyline and plot, and it's not very well explained. Like, there's a lot of issues with the movie. It's not a great movie or anything like that. That's like no doubt about it. But
no, it's not. It's not. Definitely not.
Yeah, but I don't know, like, because I always liked the first Thor.
I love the
and
first
I guess.
Thor.
Do you?
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, so what about this movie do you think's worse than the first Thor?
I just think it's too generic. The first Thor to me felt so unique in the way that it was very... Because I feel like they were going for this vibe of every sort of movie having its own genre and then crossing them over. And then sort of just dropped it. But like, Thor, the first one, like I said, it felt so like... It was very Shakespearean, like theatrical type thing. And then they sort of just dropped that.
I felt like it was similar in this movie, though.
Yeah, it's more similar than other ones, but it's...
But they try to mix in a lot of the humour of the other ones a bit
the
differently.
MCU,
Like
and then it's like they're just so
like
generic,
that
like
main
a generic action film.
that
sort
main
of thing.
scientist, the main male scientist, and he's just like crazy and loopy and has no pants on in the movie. I thought it was
Fucking
dumb.
Selvig, is that his name?
Yeah, Selvig. Jane Foster's kind of sucks still.
Yeah.
Like she's fine in this. She's just fine.
She's on a date with that Irish guy.
I like him. He's my favorite guy. Actually,
Forget,
dead set
what's
my
that
favorite part of
actor's
the
name?
movie.
I know that guy.
I don't know, but I
He's
fucking
in
love that
things.
guy. Yeah, he is.
I like Darcy in this. A lot of people hate her. I kind of like her.
I don't. Nothing. She's nothing. She's like doesn't add anything though. Like
She's sort of charming.
I don't know what
like,
what they add.
She's kind of funny.
I bet you're so excited for her to be in WandaVision.
Is she in WandaVision?
What's she in? She's in WandaVision or Doctor Strange. I forget. One of
Oh
the
yeah,
two.
she is in one of them. It must be Wanda. It can't be Doctor Strange.
No, it's. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Whichever one she's in, yeah, I can't wait. That's a random character to bring back. I can't wait. Well, they're bringing back
I'm not
Jane
sure how she's
Foster.
gonna fit
They're
in.
trying to get the whole gang back together.
Yeah, but not in the same movie.
Oh, they should do it eventually. Just do another one like Thor: The Dark World again. As this is the best movie.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Oh, Thor and the Dark World.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. Thor and the Dark World. It's my favourite. It's my absolute favourite.
I kind of like the Jane stuff in this at the beginning. Although maybe it's
With the
just because
signs
it's
and
all in
stuff.
London. So I'm like,
Oh, I hate that you think that way. That annoys me. That actually annoys me.
That might be what it is. It might be like, oh, I recognise it. It's all grey and raining a lot. And I like
It
it.
just looks like pure shit, so I like it.
Yeah.
What do you think of Asgard in this movie then? Like, you say you like Asgard in the first one. What don't you like about Asgard in this one?
No, I do. I just think I just felt like Asgard felt a bit more real in the first one. But in this,
Yeah.
it feels a bit overly CGI'd. Like,
The whole thing's a bit
noticeably.
over the top.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
The whole thing is in the whole movie, or?
Yeah, the whole movie. Very over the top. The whole tone's so weird
It's
compared to the
dark.
other MCU movies after it. Like, the tone is so odd.
Thor: The Dark World is a horror movie. Because it's so dark. It scares me.
Shut up.
That's why I didn't want to rewatch it. It's so scary.
Oh, shut up. Fucking idiot.
It
Oh, God.
was great fun.
But,
There's some nice
but, yeah,
shots in this, though. I'm looking at
Yeah,
this
I
shot
guess.
where Thor first takes Jane to Asgard, and he's like going through the Bifrost, and then bloody Idris Elba's standing there in front of the Bifrost. That looks really nice.
Yep.
It's quite a nice shot there. Just saw that.
Yep.
Appreciating that as I see it.
Yep.
Yeah, other than that,
And then-
no idea.
And Thor's mum's heavily involved in this.
Yeah, that's
Frigga?
nice. That's nice because there's a callback to that in Endgame, so it's like means a bit more now,
Yeah.
I guess. Seeing her about and then knowing that she spoke. Well, she didn't in this timeline, but you know you can imagine she spoke.
Yeah,
to
and
Thor.
her relationship with Loki.
Yeah, that's nice. That's cool stuff.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good stuff.
It's all good stuff.
It's
The
all
whole
good
movie.
stuff. It's just great things.
It's great
things
cinema.
happening.
It's the whole film.
It is great cinema. I think Thor in this movie, like, I'm trying to, he's way too serious, especially for what he becomes. Like, it's a completely different character.
no.
And I
Especially
love the
after
Thor
Avengers.
now so much more. Like, Ragnarok Thor is, like, a million times better.
Yeah, way
But, like,
better.
by Ragnarok Thor, his brothers, in his mind, his brothers died. His mother's died. He's lost his girlfriend. He's already started losing people.
Mm-hmm.
So he starts to go a bit fucking loopy, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm watching this fucking scene where he's like putting his hand up against Jane's hand by the water, and it's like, this is so fucking dumb. Like, what the fuck? Why are they trying to do this like love story between Jane and Thor in this way? Like, it's just not good. I'm not interested. And like, she's just fucking like nearly fainting, like just staring at him. Oh, this is rubbish.
Yeah, we said that when we did the Thor 1 sim room. It's like, the way she's just, like, in love with him. She's supposed to be smart, like, independent, strong woman, but
She just
also
becomes
she's
an
just, like...
idiot when
Yeah,
around
whenever she's around Thor,
like,
she's
oh
an
my
idiot.
god, it's Chris Hemsworth. I can't control myself.
I can see why she hated the movies, to be fair. Especially for the type of woman she is.
Yeah, because she's playing a shit character that's just, like, fucking useless. So, you know, as soon as they said, oh, you want to come back and you can have me on there and be Thor, she was like, yeah, of course. Of course I do.
Yeah.
So, that'll be nice. This, however, is not nice. Loki spends a lot of his time in a prison cell. That's fun.
I just, watching the movie back, I realised Loki's barely in the fucking movie.
Yeah. When he is,
he's kind of... Yeah, he's in a prison cell and then he's not, but then he just dies.
Yeah, and then but he doesn't.
Yeah, of course. But he doesn't. And the Dark Elves show up and that's so spooky.
Oh, so scary.
I'm like, so Asgard doesn't have very good defense, where anyone can just kind of show up to their realm and attack the main city.
No.
Surely they've got to get through shit.
It's because they're invisible. The ships are invisible.
It's stupid.
They've got like a cloaking device, and Heimdall couldn't see it or whatever. And tell you what, actually, I fucking love that bit when Heimdall notices and he like climbs onto the fucking, like he's running up the bridge and he dives over onto the ship and sticks his sword in it. He takes the whole fucking ship out, and it's like, that's fucking awesome. And then he turns around and he's like, oh, there's like 50. But like that's a fucking good like Heimdall moment, because we don't get a lot of those, but he is fucking awesome as a character. Does some cool shit, so that's nice. Nice action moment, I guess.
Yeah, it is. It is a very nice action moment. Fucking I don't know. Like this fucking movie, man. I'm so indifferent about it.
Do you feel differently now after you've rewatched it again? Are you like, oh yeah?
There's things I like. No, because I hated on it. I think I like it more than I thought, but I also dislike it for specific reasons now, not just from like a distant memory.
Okay. I just remember you defending it last episode. Or not last episode. Or maybe it was last episode. I don't fucking remember. But the Iron Man 3 one, I think, was where we talked about Thor a little bit.
Yeah. What did I say about it?
You just
it's better than Iron Man 3?
Yeah, it's better than Iron Man 3, and Loki's great in it. And you're like, no, it's pretty good.
Which it might, you know what? I did watch this thinking this still might be better than Iron Man 3.
Really?
I still would, yeah.
Hell.
Because I'm really not bored
dislike Iron Man 3. Jesus
I really
Christ.
don't like Iron Man 3 that much, or Iron Man 2 all that much. I really don't like the Iron Man movies other than the first one.
Crazy.
I like the character of Iron Man a lot. I love him, but his movies kind of suck dick.
Oh, no.
And the problem with the Iron Man movies that I feel bad for Rob Downey Jr. in the sense is he had to be the first one to have the solo trilogy, whereas like you had time to develop a lot of the universe. And get some good directors involved, like the Russos, which thank God made the Captain America movies. But when you've got... maybe Jon Favreau made the first one. I don't know why he didn't make 2 and 3. It's so dumb that they didn't get Jon Favreau to keep making him.
I guess he was like, nah, I got better things to do. I got to think about doing a Lion King live-action remake. That's what he was thinking about that whole time. He's like, eventually I'm going to do this. And everyone's going to love it. And they did. Yeah, right. They did.
They did love it. Everyone just loved it. Not a bad thing said about it.
Everyone loves it. Better than the original. Some might say.
Better than the original?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I've never seen it.
No, neither have I.
Yeah, and anyway. Do you know who stands out to me in this movie, though?
The Warriors 3.
That's what I was going to say. Sif and the Warriors 3. They stand out to me in this movie as just well-developed, fleshed-out characters.
I love them.
Yeah.
Thor's best friends.
Yeah, they suck so much. They actually do suck so much.
You would have thought they would have looked at the first movie
and this is what Iron Man has obviously on this is like, what Iron Man has on all of these, this movie is like obviously all of the characters, like supporting cast are way better, like Happy and Pepper and Rhodey.
The random botanist girl.
Oh no, don't bring up the random botanist girl or Guy Pearce the actor. Don't bring that up.
She was in random botanist girl. She was in The Prestige.
Was she?
Yeah, she was Christian Bale's wife.
Oh, she is too.
Yeah.
She is too. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's love the random botanist girl.
Yeah.
Love her.
I love that randomly every so often through these pre-recorded episodes, I'm just going to be mentioning The Prestige. Because we recorded them so close together.
We're also we're in such random orders.
It's so weird.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It is what it is.
This is great. This is the
It wasn't
pre-recorded
supposed to be
cinema room cinematic universe. You got to find the right order.
Yeah, you've got to find the right order. Oh god!
See if someone can work it out, because I don't even fucking remember.
Yeah, I don't actually remember too much.
All I know is The Godfather was first.
Well, it's already come out.
Yeah, but it was first.
So, yeah, it was first.
And then... what was the one we did alongside The Godfather? Because we recorded The Godfather and then we were going to do another one there, but we didn't. Oh, no, was that Clubhouse? It was Clubhouse, yeah.
It was going to be... wait, was it Clubhouse?
Yeah, we did Clubhouse. We
did one by itself. We were going to do two, and we did one, which was supposed to be Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
But that was with Kill Connor Club 113, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, in that case, it was Godfather, Winter Soldier, Iron Man 3, The King, and Thor the Dark World. That's the order we did them in, right?
Yeah, hey, man. I don't know. We're just trying to not talk about Thor the Dark World, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh, no, it was Iron Man 3 and then The Winter Soldier. That's the order.
Really? Why did we record Iron Man 3 first?
You flipped a coin.
Oh, like, what do we start first? I flipped a coin and it was Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
That's so weird. That is so fucking weird.
I'm just watching Freya get stabbed in front of me while we're talking about this.
Frigga.
Is that her name? Oh, shit. Freya's the one from God of War.
Yeah. You
Same
idiot.
thing.
Same thing. Yeah, God of War, PS4, is the same thing.
Yeah,
as
God of Thor the Dark World.
God of Thor.
They should call the second God of War the Dark World. It'll be an instant hit. I'm certain.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
You can go to the Dark World in God of War, can't you?
Can you?
Muspelheim or whatever. It's one of them realms. The Dark.
That's not the
Elves
Dark World.
Realms. Yeah, but it's called.
Is it?
It's called. But the elves, the Dark Elves Homeworld. What's it fucking called? Dark Elves Homeworld. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's called. Is it Svartalfheim or something?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, believe it is Svartalfheim. Is that I don't think you can go there in God of War. Actually, can you? It's like locked off.
Yeah, it might be one of the locked off places. Because you only go to 6 realms or 5 realms.
Svartalfheim. Oh, yeah, it's not... okay, so that'll be in the sequel.
Maybe. I mean,
maybe.
It might not.
Potentially. Svartalfheim, known to its natives as Neovalir, is one of the 9 realms of the World Tree and the home of the dwarves, apparently. So, there you go. Fun fact. That's what it is in God of War. I just don't want to talk about this movie. Talking about everything else.
Yeah, we did make a mistake leaving this till last.
Yeah,
or maybe talking about it at all, but
yeah.
I'm glad we can say we've done it once it's done.
Yeah. I hope this is a good laugh anyway, for anybody listening. Because I'm sure there's nobody out there that genuinely wants a serious cinema room on Thor the Dark World. Like, where we genuinely break it down. Thor and the Svartalfheim. It's sick. I do like the shot of Freya's funeral, though, where they fire all the things, and there's fire everywhere, and she falls off the edge of the waterfall of Asgard. That's pretty cool. It's pretty nice.
Yep. That is pretty nice.
No idea how any of that works. I guess it's magic. But that's fun. Nice scene. Good stuff. Yep. I don't have anything else to say on that. That's that.
That's right. You're leading the charge in this cinema room.
Oh, really?
James,
so. Okay. All right. Perfect. Now I get to talk about all my favorite scenes. Okay, we've got... Oh, really? This only happens halfway into the film. 56 minutes in, we see Eric Selvig at Stonehenge naked. I thought that was like the beginning of the film. It's halfway through
They show
the
it twice. They show it twice.
Do they show it twice?
Yes, they do.
Oh yeah, they see it on TV after it's already happened a bit. So like they're like, oh, now they're reporting on it, and that's pretty sad. They're all like pretty unhappy with that. I like this scene of Heimdall with Thor in this bar or whatever. It looks real, like it's a real set. At least I hope it is, because it looks like it is.
Right.
So that's nice. Nice looking Asgard, and then we cut to a completely CGI'd scene, which is horrible to look at, and I'm going to skip over it. When does Loki get out? Oh, it's here. Then Loki gets out. This is a great scene, though. One of the many great scenes in Thor in the Dark World is once Loki is out of his cell and he turns into a load of different people and he's goofing off, and it's great. And he turns into Captain America, and it's great. Oh, he also turns into Lady Sif, which is considerably better, actually.
Well, he turns Thor into Lady Sif.
Doesn't he then turn himself into Lady Sif afterwards?
Maybe.
Or does he just turn Thor into Lady Sif?
What happened to Lady Sif? Whatever happened to
her? She wasn't on the ship, and she wasn't even on Asgard when Ragnarok happened. So she's somewhere.
Did she? What happened to the actress? Like,
oh, I don't know.
Like, she obviously didn't want to be
alive.
in the movie.
No, I think there might have been contractual issues or something. I think she was meant to be in Ragnarok, but then there was issues and she couldn't be, and then they had to figure out a reason why she wasn't, and they've just sort of set it behind the scenes. But I think she's gonna be in one again at some point, because they've made a point of saying she didn't die.
When did they say that?
When everyone was asking, oh, did Sif die on the ship that Thanos destroyed, like the Asgardian ship? And they're like, no, she wasn't on Asgard. And so she wasn't on the ship. And she also didn't die in the snap either, which was a random piece of information to give.
Who said that?
I don't know. Probably the fucking Russos. They have an answer for everything.
They do have an answer for everything.
They answer all these questions that are explained in the film. It's really fucking weird. People just ask them everything, and then they just think of the first thing that comes to their head, and they're like, this is the canon thing. They should really stop doing that. It's not going to help them down the line. I'm
trying to figure out what the fuck. Man, she's got a long wiki page.
What, Lady Sif?
Yeah.
Of course she does. She's the best character. Lady Sif. Marvel Cinematic Universe. What's Lady Sif been up to?
Oh, she's in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah, she is. She comes to Earth, and Coulson's like, oh, bloody hell, I know you.
Well, it's okay, because this doesn't happen, so I'm fine with that.
I think it did happen. It happened because Lady Sif was there, so it must have.
That's not true. Coulson's dead.
Coulson's not dead. Well, he is now, but he wasn't then.
No,
Nick Fury brought him back to life with the Tahiti Project, and that is canon, and I won't hear another word about it.
Supposedly she's in Love and Thunder.
Really? Oh, I hope so. I hope they mention the Warriors 3. I hope they have an extended funeral scene for the Warriors 3, just like
Thor
with
4.
Jamie
Alexander volunteers Lady Sif to be Valkyrie's queen.
Oh no. What? No, she didn't. No.
Yeah, I think it's a tweet or something. I can't remember this.
Hey, Sif likes men because she was really into Thor. Stop it. Okay, whatever. She can fuck Valkyrie, whatever, that's fine. Just have her in the fucking film. If that's really what you want to do. Fine.
I think it is what they want to do.
Do it then. I don't fucking care. Just have her in the fucking film, and I'll be happy.
Alright. Well, I think they're going to, whether you are happy about it or not.
Good.
Why do you like the Lady Sif? Do you want her in Love and Thunder?
I don't know whether I like her or whether this is a meme. I've kind of convinced myself of the fact that I do, so I'm going to go with yes, I love Lady Sif, and I want her in Love and Thunder.
Did you know there was a TV show about Peggy Carter?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
There was 2 seasons of it.
Why and how? I did not know that.
It's pretty good, I've heard. I haven't seen it myself.
I'm shocked you haven't seen it of all people.
But she's also there's flashbacks, like that show ties in with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well. They do like flashbacks to Agent Carter, and she's like doing stuff, and there's like something to do with like an obelisk or something. It's a bit, I can't remember it. It was a while ago, but it's interesting. Those two shows are really fucking good. It's just a shame that the newest season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. sucks and is in a different universe now.
Why does it suck? Why does that later season suck?
Because the reason Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was so compelling is because it was like what these... the characters are so well written, and they're in the background of major movie events. And so it's like really fun seeing the fallout of like Winter Soldier or Age of Ultron and how S.H.I.E.L.D. handled that and what they did with it. And like all of these like Inhumans showing up and stuff, like people suddenly getting powers and everything, and having to create this index of like powered people and stuff. It was just interesting to see that. But because this is now a different timeline, we don't get to see the fallout of like Infinity War. Like what happened to their team? Like did some of them get snapped by Thanos? Like we don't get to see any of that because none of it happened now, which is weird.
Well, of
because
course it's a different timeline because Coulson's alive.
Okay. They mentioned Thanos in season 5 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. though, which was cool. Thanos was mentioned, and there was like because there was a big Kree influence, and like they knew all about Thanos or whatever because Ronan the Accuser like worked with him and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
And that was all fun stuff. And they have like bloody Chitauri was a huge part of it and stuff. It was just so interesting when it was all interconnected in this way that felt like the movies had this direct impact on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is why it was so fun. But when they removed that element, the storyline just wasn't as interesting. And also the storyline was just kind of boring. And also loads of the main characters were dead, and the ones that they'd introduced as like new characters weren't interesting, or weren't as interesting and weren't as compelling. So it's just sort of like, the show had kind of run its course, but they kept it going for some reason. It probably should have ended with season 4.
How many seasons are there?
The 6th one just came out, and the 7th is going to be the last one.
Okay. Yeah, just kill it now.
It should have been done with 4, because season 4 was incredible. It was the best season of the show. That should have been the way they went out.
What was it kind of a bit around? What movie was it around? Civil War?
I don't remember, but it had... I forget what influenced it directly, but the way that it split it up was into 3 separate arcs across 22 episodes, and there was 3 separate storylines, and it meant that like every episode felt really important. There was like no fluff on it. So like the first arc was Ghost Rider, then the second arc was LMDs, like life model decoys, and then the third arc was called Agents of Hydra, where they were like locked in this simulated world that was like an alternate reality. Like if Winter Soldier hadn't turned out the way that it did. It's like if Cap had lost and if Hydra had taken over S.H.I.E.L.D., which was really cool. It was just a really interesting season that dealt with a bunch of different things, and like fucking Ghost Rider could do the fucking thing that Doctor Strange does where he goes like through the portals and stuff. That was fun. And there was like this like book and stuff and all this. Oh, it was just fucking great. There was so many great storylines that they did, but I felt like they just ran out of ideas by the time they got to season 5. That it just wasn't very interesting anymore, and they just strayed from the main movies, so there was no connection at all, which just made it not as fun. So whatever, but it used to be good. I'm glad we're talking about this and not Thor: The Dark World. What game are you playing, Tyler?
Oh, I'm just playing UFC in the background.
Oh,
that's what I do because I can't you can't really play anything good while I'm trying to focus on this, because I don't need to focus on playing this if I'm talking to you.
I thought you might have been trying to 100% something like Far Cry New Dawn.
I haven't tried to 100% something. I haven't tried to 100% something all year. Like, really? There's no game that I've 100%. Well, I've played 2 games this year.
Far Cry New Dawn and
Kingdom Hearts
3. Ugh.
Yeah.
No good.
Yeah. Well, Kingdom Hearts 3 is awesome.
Yeah,
like, I just haven't played a lot of games.
I was talking more about Far Cry New Dawn.
Yeah. And more the fact that I haven't played many games.
Yeah. Not enough gaming. Not enough gaming.
I really haven't played enough games this year. It is true. It's been disheartening.
Yeah.
I haven't even played the new Celeste DLC.
Oh my god, I haven't finished Celeste yet. Fuck.
This is a great review of Thor: The Dark World.
Oh god, right, hang on, let me get back to it. So Chris Evans
Yeah,
shows
you lead
up.
the charge. I'm done leading the charge of cinema rooms for this for a while.
I'll do all the shit ones. That's all right. That's
Yeah.
fine. I think I'm pretty good at these ones. Right, yeah. So Loki turns into Chris Evans, and that's quite fun. Chris Evans is there. I wonder how much do you think Chris Evans cost for that scene, for that cameo?
Probably $8 million.
That was well worth it. The whole budget of Thor: The Dark World was spent on Chris Evans showing up for 5 seconds, which is fantastic. Does anything else fucking happen in this film?
Loki dies, but doesn't.
Oh, yeah. The Warriors 3 do some cool acrobatic stuff.
Do they?
Yeah. When they're trying to escape Asgard, and they go through that little crack in the wall or whatever in the mountain that Loki knows, and for some reason there's a portal in there that takes them to the Dark World.
Yeah. Again, another thing that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with this whole the worlds are all connected because they're lining up, and so you can teleport around or whatever.
Yeah, I guess. But how
like
does
that.
Loki just know that?
Smart
this
guy.
point?
He knows all about magic and stuff, or whatever.
Yeah.
But I do like their little conversation while they're on the gondola thing when they arrive in the Dark World, and they're talking about Loki's like, oh bloody, you should trust me, and Thor's like, no, only a fool would do that. I don't know if that's their real dialogue.
That's not the dialogue, no.
But they're like talking to each other, and I don't know. They have a good exchange. I don't remember what they're saying, but I
Well,
like
the
it.
thing that's always been good about the Thor movies is Loki and Thor together.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can agree on that. Like the relationship and dynamic between Hemsworth and Hiddleston has always been really good.
Yeah.
It was great in this movie. It was amazing in Ragnarok. Good in the first Thor movie, but I feel like they really came into their own later on, like after the first Avengers movie.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite Loki performance?
Uh,
Of all the movies he's in, what's your favorite one? What he's involved with?
which one is my favorite Loki performance? He's really good in the first Thor. That might be my favorite,
yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
I just think
right.
because there's a lot of moments. I mean, he's very good in Infinity War as well, even though he's not in it for very long. That one scene that he's in where he chokes to death is a pretty good scene. I quite like that performance.
Yeah.
Because he's, pretty convincingly dying. And I like the moment where he's saying, like, I forget what he says. He's like, I forget what he says, but it's a nice moment. And then he tries to stab Thanos, and Thanos is like, nah, mate. Put it down.
Yeah.
And
Put it down.
that's yeah. But yeah, I like the scene. Hang on, I'm listening to it now.
You're listening?
Thor goes to punch him or whatever, and then
Whatever.
sorry, I'm listening. So he says, he's like, because they're fighting, and then Thor's like, she wouldn't want us to fight. And then Loki says, sorry, this is fucking hard without subtitles. And then Loki's like, well, she wouldn't exactly be shocked. And they have like this nice moment, like they're smiling at each other. And then Thor says, I wish I could trust you. It's just like a nice little moment between them because they've had all this fighting, and then it's just like this sort of brotherly moment of like, I don't know, just having a bit of banter. And then Thor's just like, I fucking wish I could trust you, you fucking lying snake. Those are his exact words. Apparently, Chris Hemsworth on set was really angry with Tom Hiddleston. He just let it all out in that moment. Chris Hemsworth, he's a method actor. He's like Heath Ledger or Joaquin Phoenix. Because this movie was so dark, it really took a toll on his psyche. And he ended up talking so much shit to Tom Hiddleston.
I actually have an important question.
Okay. Yes.
Was Thor: The Dark World, do you reckon it's darker than Assassin's Creed Rogue?
Oh god, it's up there. It's up there. I can't remember how many jump scares each thing has, so It's hard to say which one scared me more, with how dark it was. But I think it's definitely up there with one of the scariest films of all time. One of the scariest films of all time.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's a true horror film.
So dumb.
It's really scary.
So dumb. Yeah.
And then we're back in London again, and we see English police officers.
Well, Loki dies first.
Cars. Does he die first? No, he doesn't.
He dies an hour into the movie.
No, I'm an hour 10 minutes and Loki's still alive.
Is he? Oh, yeah. That. Oh,
all of these birds show up.
Yeah, birds show up. Yeah, that's true.
And you got Darcy's boyfriend guy that's just like acting like a fucking idiot. Why did they put this scene in the fucking film? Yeah, I guess, but then they kiss at the end or whatever. And it's weird and unnecessary, and this whole fucking subplot is not needed.
Yeah.
And then Jane is asleep, and then her eyes look like Christopher Eccleston's eyes, and then they pull off the plan, and Loki cuts off Thor's hand, but he doesn't.
Yeah, it's all a ruse.
Exactly. And then Malekith, the best villain, tries to take the aether out of Jane, which he does successfully, and absorbs it himself, which means that their plan failed entirely, because that's not what they wanted to happen. They wanted to destroy it before that, but they didn't do that. And then Malekith goes from being, a white-coloured villain with bits of grey and black, as interesting as you get, to being all grey, all one shade of grey after he absorbs the aether, which is an incredible artistic decision.
The ether.
Is it ether or aether? I swear they say aether.
They never say aether.
Do they not? Okay, it's the ether. All right.
Everyone calls it the ether.
Okay, good, because I was going out of my way to say aether when ether comes more naturally. So I'm glad that I've been saying it wrong this whole podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, yeah, so that's great. That's a good decision they made there to make him entirely grey. It's interesting to see. And then Loki dies.
Then Loki dies. That's true. He does die.
Yeah, that's when he dies. He gets stabbed or something. And then Thor is really fucking upset. And it's an emotional moment. And it's a great moment. And I like it. Do you like it?
It's fine.
It's fine.
I didn't do it for him. I just think about Ragnarok now, where it's fucking Matt Damon.
Yeah, Matt Damon. Yeah.
That's pretty much what I think about now.
It is Matt Damon. Yeah. Are they do they want us to watch this movie back if we ever need to rewatch the MCU, or are they just sort of making a joke about it and being like, "Don't watch that movie"? Because this movie almost feels like they're shrugging it off now as don't. It's a meme.
Well, no, but I'm going to say this to you. Okay. If you're going to tell someone that they're like, I can't watch all of the MCU movies, but I want to watch as many as necessary to make the main plot threads make sense of Endgame.
Yeah.
What movies they have to watch? Well, if you've seen Endgame, they're like, well, you have to see Thor: The Dark World.
Oh yeah, you do have to see Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah. And that's the Russo's fault.
Oh, they ruined the MCU. They made us have to watch Thor: The Dark World, and then they killed Tony Stark in the same film. I can't believe they did both of those egregious acts.
Yeah, they also killed Black Widow.
Oh, what? What do you mean? What do you mean, man? You fucking spoiled the Black Widow solo film coming May 2020. Fucking hell. That's a shame.
What do you mean? Yeah, Black Widow died, man. Didn't you know?
Oh, well, I know now. Now I don't need to watch Black Widow. Oh, man. What a shame.
What a shame.
Jane Foster calls her Irish boyfriend. And then we see Thor in a small little Vauxhall. At least I think that's what it is. I can't tell. It's a car, though, and he looks funny. Does Chris Hemsworth just look like that in every car he ever gets in? Because he is just a big guy.
He's a giant Australian man.
So does he just not fit in cars?
I don't know.
Or is that done to make him look bigger than he is? Is it partly the armor as well?
Because he's 6'4". I reckon it is pretty hard for him to get in cars.
So it just looks like he just doesn't
at least
fit
small cars
in this car.
I bet you anything he has a big ass car.
He probably does. He probably does. Especially not a little shit car like this.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Sure.
And then they get to Darcy's apartment. Thor hangs his hammer on like the, I don't know what it is, like a coat hanger. Well, not a coat hanger. You know what I mean? Like a thing where you would put a coat, but not a coat hanger.
Which he knows for sure would not handle the hammer, but he still does it anyway.
But well, I don't know, because how much does the hammer actually weigh? I don't think it weighs anything. You just can't move it. Because otherwise, it would go through everything you put it on. But it doesn't. It just sort of sits there. It doesn't actually weigh anything down ever. Unless, the only reason it weighs you down is because you can't lift it. So we don't actually know what the weight of it is. What would happen if you put it on a scale? Like
the elevator's not worthy.
Yeah. That's a great scene. We'll talk about that when we do Avengers Age of Ultron.
Never. We're done with the MCU now.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Can we do
well,
Thor
we've
the Dark
finished
World
all the
again?
good ones now. We've done the good ones now. So.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We have done the good ones.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to go do another Avengers movie.
No, you're right. We couldn't do that.
Not at all. Not at all.
Is this the end of the movie? Oh, no. Is this where we find out that Loki is... Well, you don't find it out there, but that guard looks incredibly suspicious. So I think we're like, oh, is that Loki? Maybe it's Loki.
No, it is Loki.
Yeah, I know it's Loki, but at the time of watching the movie, you wouldn't
And Odin knows it's Loki.
Does he?
Yeah, he goes Loki. Well, he goes Thor, and then he turns to sees the guard. He goes, we found a body, and he just goes Loki.
Well, yeah, because he's talking about the body.
Yeah, right, yeah.
He doesn't know that it's Loki.
He asks if it's Loki.
No, yeah, the dead guy, not the fucking guy pretending because that is Loki.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
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 Correct.
This is where the final battle happens, which is not long at all. It's literally like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and it's a pretty shit battle.
Yeah, it's terrible. Fucking Malekith shows up in a shit fucking tall spaceship, crashes into
London.
the fucking like concrete. It's like a fucking idiot.
And then you have that like Chinese guy that's just like, I guess you're there. He's actually Japanese. I'm pretty sure it's Japanese, but yeah. Anyway.
Is there? How can you tell?
Well, I don't know. Not racist.
No, but how can you tell though?
You
Is there a way of telling?
Yeah, Chinese don't look the same as Japanese or Korean.
No, I know, but how do you tell the difference? Like, how would you tell the difference between someone that's like French, English, German, Polish? Like, would you be able to tell the difference? Just
not all white people look the same.
But all Asian people don't look the same.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, and how do you tell?
You know, you just kind of can.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can't.
Yeah, I bet you can't. Fucking racist.
I tell you what, I do like this bit where Mjolnir, they're flying through the different portals, and Mjolnir's trying to find its way to Thor, so it's like going really fast through space to reach these other planets. And then he like goes back to Earth, and then Mjolnir's got to like turn around and go all the way back to London. That's pretty cool. It's a fun little scene. And then you got this weird like bit where Malekith and Thor like fall onto the fucking gherkin in London, and they're like falling down it, and they look so stupid. That's the weirdest looking thing I've ever seen. I'm just looking at it right now. That's so strange. And then Mjolnir finds his way to Thor, and he flies away, and it's really cool. No, he doesn't. He doesn't anyway. Never mind, got that wrong. He teleports away again to somewhere else yet again. Yeah, like this battle's just no good. The whole thing is just boring, and nothing happens. And Thor wins. In the end, would you believe it?
I wouldn't.
No. Well, it happens. Actually, I kind of do like how Malekith's stupid tall spaceship falls on him and like slices him with that big blade bit on the front, and then crashes into him, and he's definitely dead under it. I quite like that. Satisfying. that's about it for the battle though. Not too sure what else we have to say about that. And then got this final scene with Thor talking to Odin, where I think he says he doesn't want to be king.
Yeah.
And
He
Odin's
says
like,
he doesn't want to be king. Yeah.
Odin's like, well, that's good news because I'm not Odin and I'm Loki instead. But he doesn't say that out loud and keeps it to himself, and so Thor doesn't know.
Yeah.
And then they have to undo all of that in Ragnarok because they didn't actually want to use that plot line, which I'm sure they would have done. What do you think they would have done? What do you think the original idea for Ragnarok was moving forward from this film?
It's weird. Look, like how Ragnarok's the next chapter.
Yeah, it is weird. But what were they originally going to do? What do you think was the plan? Because they obviously set it up with this, like Loki being Odin. And the way they quickly do away with it at the beginning of Ragnarok. Like, what do you think their intention was?
Well, do you remember the first Ragnarok logo and how, like, dark it was?
Yeah, super dark. I love it.
Yeah.
Wish we got that.
So, I don't know. Oh, God, I'm glad we didn't. One of the best MCU films.
You never know. That Ragnarok could have been fucking incredible.
But
Like,
the one we got
dark.
was incredible.
Yeah, but like it could have been like incredible in the way that was not a funny incredible, but like dark incredible.
Like Thor: The Dark World was dark incredible.
Exactly. Yeah, we could have got the true sequel. See, that's why I want the. Hang on a minute. I didn't have this prepared beforehand. That's why I want the Taylor cut of Thor Ragnarok.
Did you say the Taylor? Just look up the director.
No, I knew it. I knew it off the top of my head. I definitely didn't have.
Was
to
that
look
the director of Thor: The Dark World?
Yes, it was.
Who was Taika Waititi always involved
with
in
Thor: The Dark Thor the
Thor
Ragnarok.
The Dark One?
Thor Ragnarok original director. Waititi was confirmed director of the film by multiple news outlets later in October. Mark Ruffalo was also finalized. Blah, 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 blah. Thor Ragnarok development while promoting the release of Thor Ragnarok in 2013. Chris Hemsworth expressed Thor: The Dark One portraying Williams portraying Thor as long as people wanted, adding in January 2014, Marvel announced that Craig Kyle and Christopher Yost would write the screenplay for a third film with Kevin Feige producing. It doesn't say who was directing it.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, Alan Taylor explained he would not be. So I guess he was originally returning, and then he wasn't returning anymore because they wanted someone that wasn't a shit director. So that's probably what happened there.
Yeah.
And so, I want the Taylor cut of Ragnarok, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Well, I love that we get the first teaser Guardians of the Galaxy in the post-credit scene for The Dark World. You have the Collector.
Oh, yeah, let's have a look at the post-credit scene for The Dark World. Oh, yeah. Lady Sif and one of the Warriors 3 go to the Collector and give him the Reality Stone.
Yep.
And he's like, I'll take that off your hands.
Bloody, pretty much he's like,
what's that
why wouldn't you
actor's
keep it in
name?
your vault? And they're like, it's not wise to keep two Infinity Stones in
Benicio
one
del
place.
Toro.
Yeah, Benicio del Toro.
From The Last Jedi.
From The Last Jedi.
He's so happy with it that he got it.
And then, of course, Thor shows up to see Natalie Portman again in London.
Yep.
And they make out. That's the final
so
scene.
Happy. She's so fucking happy.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the end of the film. Oh, but you also see that random monster running around in London.
Chasing birds.
Yeah.
Oh, God, what a terrible post-credit scene.
That is amazing. And it's better than Bruce Banner being Tony Stark's therapist. Tell you what, Phase 2's fucking post-credit scenes all suck. Like the final
Winter
post-credit
Soldier's isn't.
scenes. What's the final post-credit scene of Winter Soldier?
Hang on. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, exactly. Can't be that good.
Is it not the Scarlet Witch Quicksilver?
Yes, it is. But the final one is just Bucky going to the museum and seeing and being like, "Oh yeah, that's me."
That's not. That's
the
awesome.
final scene.
How is that bad? How is that bad?
I mean, it's just not that good. Like, it's not as good as, like,
What
some
do
of
you
the other
mean?
post-credit scenes. Like, it's not as good as Nick Fury showing up in Tony Stark's apartment and being like, I want to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative. Like, that's fucking cool.
Talking about the first one.
Yeah. That's cool. And, like, fucking, I don't know, the post-credit scene for Civil War, that's fucking cool. Post-credit scene for Black Panther, that's cool. Where Bucky's there, and he's like, oh, I'm all okay now. Hydra's out my head. So, you know, as post-credit scenes go, Thor: The Dark World and Iron Man 3 don't have great post-credit scenes. Is really what I mean by that.
Totally. That's what I meant by that too.
Yes. Look, let's start a movement. I want the Taylor cut of Thor Ragnarok, please. And I think we should start a little cult. Hashtag release the Taylor cut.
No, please don't. Please don't.
Come on, guys. We've got to rally together if we want the true cut of Thor Ragnarok. None of this kiddie Marvel jokes garbage. I want a pure dark Thor film that, you know, has a color grading so dark I can't see it, because that is true cinema. And Alan Taylor knows it, so he was mentioned.
Do you know what we should actually do though?
What?
Do you know what we should actually do? End this podcast.
No, I don't think so. I think we should keep this going forever, to be honest with you.
Yeah, right.
Best podcast out there. Thor and the Dark World.
Thor and the Dark World.
So what did you think, Thor and the Dark World? Did you enjoy it?
It's fine. It's
Yeah.
kind of nothing, and it really serves no purpose other than to be there in Endgame for a place
Yeah.
that the Ether showed up in.
I mean, it's character development for the Warriors 3. That's really the point of it.
That is probably the point of the movie.
Yeah.
And they pay it off really well in Ragnarok, so it is worth it in that way.
So well. I love it. It's so great. When Hela just stabs them, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's sad.
It's sad.
Yep. It's sad. It made me
so
cry.
sad.
It made me cry
So
in
sad.
theaters. All right, fucking hell. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening to this episode of the Cinema Room podcast, being Thor: The Dark World. We'll see you. When will we see them? When does this come out? December
This
the
comes
something?
Yeah, it comes out in December.
December the 15th. Oh, well, it comes out on Patreon on the 8th. And so we'll see you next week for, if you're listening on Patreon, we'll see you next week for Clubhouse 75. Where
I'll be
you'll
back.
be talking about what you were doing, what you were up to, and I'll be catching you up on what you missed.
Yep.
Which will be a bit of fun, so go and check that out. And then if you're listening on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, we'll see you next week for Kill Connor Club episode 114, the final episode of the year, doing our end of year awards, end of year show with conversations. At least that's what we think we're doing, unless they both die before then. But they hopefully will not do that. And then also Cinema Room on Star Wars episode 9, which will be next week too. 24 hours early access to patrons. So that'll be
100%.
fun. So I
Beautiful.
can't wait for all of those things. That'll be great. I'm so glad we've finished recording all of these podcasts.
So am I.
And it's been nice and good. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Josh Devillier, King Richard III, Smexy Dork, Elsker91, HBus12, I've got Big Shoes, and Seth. If you are listening on public services, being YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, and SoundCloud, head over to patreon.com/as always. And you can get yourself exclusive access to the Clubhouse podcast, as well as early access to the Cinema Room podcast, of which, is anything going up there? Oh yeah, it'll be Clubhouse is up there right now. So if you're listening public, head over to...
If you listen to publicly, I'm back. I've returned.
Yeah, exactly.
The king
So
is back.
This is just before Tyler has left, and if you want to skip all the way into the future and listen to what Tyler got up to, and listen to me catch him up on everything that's happened in between now and then, you can do that instantly by going and pledging just $1 to patreon.com/as always and listening to episode 75 of the Kill Connor Clubhouse podcast. So might as well do it. Why not? It's $1 and you get things that you'll enjoy. Why would you not?
Yeah.
I'd do it, but
Yeah.
I run it, unfortunately. which is
Yeah.
one of this world's great injustices. And thank you everybody so much. I'm gonna thank you to everybody that's pledging $5 or more. We have got Josh Devillier, King Richard III.
No, you don't have to read it. This is December, bro. You're
Never
way, you're way
mind.
off.
I don't have to read it. but I will, and it'll be inserted now. Josh Devillier, King Richard III, Smexy Dork, Real Cinema in Hawkins, aka HBars12, Seth, Ballsack47, Damien, Billy the Team Dynamite Captain Robertson, T-Man or Travis, Baby Boy, Chemo Sabe Gamer, aka my best friend Toby, Casey Wood, Pink Flame through and 3, Adam Sunling, Super Tuber Ready, Alfie Rosell, Jamie Brown, Jesper Olsen, Lumistrad, Didlotic, Mario5380, Luigi8053, The Creed, Dane Schmidt, Fat Fuck Cuck, Brendan or BQ Overlord, Ravjai, Ikraek, Benedict Parker Returns, Jim Lee, James and Lad, Connor DeRose, Bully in the Alley, Max H, Gene, Zeke Collins, Son of a Bitch, OG Adogo, George, Noah Watts, Furious Coco, Sab2557, Nick Miller, The ACMJS, Travanoski, Kassassin, Kyle, S. Shores, Marcus Blackburn, Emil Caborg, Joshua Mora, Ginkgo Swag, Malhar has Big Dick, Master Bass, Ashton the Lad, Amir the Synth Potato, Yazen, Joe the Sexy Boy Smith, Joe aka Founded Scarab, Iron Man's for the Dads, Deraday, Alfie Robert, Brian Ford, Casper, Fishy, and Ben Fryer. There you go. Anyway, thanks everybody so much for joining us. See you next time, boys.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.